Can I roll some? Can I keep it lit? Can I smoke some? Can I be about a grip? Can I stack up? Can I say money talk? I don't flap guns. Can I play it low key? Masked up? Can I keep it on me? Stay strapped up? Can I hit it face down? Ass up? Can I say we ahead of our time? They can't lack us. Yes.
Here we are. Back at them. Episode 4. My version's better. All in this motherfucker. Shout out to the world. I'm here with my mans. That was
you don't even know my name. You don't even know my name.
It was Q to you. It was Q
Oh.
you know what I mean?
Oh,
here with my
yeah.
mans. Q you. Right?
Oh yeah, Blitz with Blake. Hey, how's it going?
Maybe I forgot my name. How about that? You know what I mean?
It's been a
Hey,
long day.
my version is better though. You know what I mean? I was just like, ooh, how do we do this? Because you know what, bro, it's great to be back together. We're back together.
Here we are.
Yes, episode 4. You know what I mean? You know, we are the hosts of this show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like we've just been on panels versions of the show because this show's been on fire right out the gate. And I just also want to, highlight that this is me and your show, and this is awesome. We're finally back together.
Here we are. We are.
And guess what? We're having another panel.
We are. Who's our first guest?
You know what? Let's go with my man. You know what I'm saying? Hailing all the way from Lafayette, Louisiana. Right? He's a real Cajun. You know what I'm saying? This is my guy. You know what I'm saying? And he stands on the right side of history and everything. It's my man representing the Guru Nation. My man Spencer the Guru.
Yes, sir. What's happening, Bogart? What's happening, Blake?
Ooh, what up, dude?
Yeah, I'm excited for this one, y'all. Thanks for having me. Ready to get into this free agency talk. And man, it was quite a week for me, man. My favorite player of all time. So called it quits, hung it up. Drew Brees is done, but had a great career, brought a lot of great memories to us down here in South Louisiana. So at this time, his time's up. Cool, So glad that he'll be able to spend more time with his family and such. But yeah, I'm ready to get into this, man. It's a new league year. Let's get it.
Right? It's Happy New Year, guys. By the way, right. Happy Austin 316 Day. Like bro, I didn't know today was such a holiday, such a momentous occasion, to be honest with y'all. And just to add the cherry on top, right? Guess what? We have another additional special surprise guest, right? It's my man representing the fantasy football hustler, the hustler himself. Ooh. Welcome in the hustler.
What up? What is going down, everybody? What up, Bogart, Blake, Spencer? Yeah. Woo! I'm hyped, man. Let's get it. I'm ready to hear about your guys' version. It's my version's usually better.
I like it. He comes out swinging. Yes, the pride of San Diego, California. You know what I mean? I love it. Okay, and for those y'all want to know why I'm so warmed up, all ready to go, bro. It's like I was sparring, right? Hella rounds. Nah, listen, I just had a hell of a time on my man, the Hustlers channel, bro. Y'all need to go check that out. Hustler, whenever you get a chance, drop that link in the chat. You know what I'm saying? To the show we just did. The link is also you all can find it on my Instagram too, bro. We eating, you know what I'm saying? Hell of an episode. You know what I'm saying? And we just kind of picking up right where we left off, bro. We run the marathons, bro. And if anyone tells you different, my version's better. Hey, Blitz with Blake, bro. How you doing?
Dude, I'm living the dream. It was a long day at work today, so I'm getting through it.
Tell me a little bit about it, just in a nutshell, man. Because anytime you tell me a story, it involves getting money, and I like it because Give Me Money Network.
Well, I I had one girl trading in a Volkswagen Jetta, owes a lot of money on it, flipped her into something where she's going to be stuck for a while, but you got to do what you got to do. Right. So, yeah, it was a good day. It was a good day. Yesterday was like 12 and a half hours. So that was too much.
You know what? Give me your boss's number, bro. I'm gonna make a call. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get a call from up top, bro. You know what I'm saying? Get you some hours, man. You know what I mean? My man Blitz with Blake. Check this out, BWB. I want you to let them know what we're going to discuss today. You know what I'm saying?
All right, man. We're going to be discussing a little bit of this free agency frenzy that's been going on. I mean, between like March 13th to the 16th today, a lot of shit has happened. A lot.
Yes.
It's been knucking futz out there, frankly.
Hey, where I'm from, they say hella much. You know what I mean? That's like it's hella much going on, bro.
I mean,
Right?
in Wisconsin, they say like all the hip kids now in Wisconsin, they say it's been big crazy out there, dude. Big crazy.
Oh yeah, they put big in front of everything.
Everything, dude.
Big bad.
Oh yeah.
Oh Lord, yeah, it's nuts, man.
Too many bigs
Big
being
facts.
thrown around.
Yeah, big facts.
Hey, but you listen. Well, how about this? We're just gonna get right into the first topic. The big facts is Drew Brees just retired, bro. You know what I mean? And you know what's crazy is we all seen it coming, and I wasn't aware of his plan that was in place because the rollout was proper, everything was in place. And Spence, it was actually my man Spence. Spence hit me up, man. He's like, I know you seen it, Bogard. And I'm like, hell yeah. You know what I mean? I was like, I just saw it, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Finally hit,
he's
man.
a legend. Because right away, hella people were shitting on Drew Brees right away. Yeah, get rid of him. Taysom time or get rid of him. Fucking Jameis Winston time. I was guilty of that. You know what I mean? But there was like, hold on, wait a second, man. He's a legend, bro. You know what I mean? This dude is a fucking legend. You know what I mean? And so now he retired. And you actually the one, Spencer, that told me he's retiring on a goddamn anniversary of when he signed the thing. You know what I mean?
Sure did, man. Sure
Poetic.
did. 14th, 2006, and retired on March 14th, 2021. So yeah, it was the my match like 15-year anniversary. So yeah, he hung it up. It worked out, it worked out pretty good as far as that. Just wish he could have that second ring, but sometimes just the chapter comes to a close, and
damn, you said 15 years.
Yeah, 15 years with the Black.
Yeah.
And 15 years.
And I can only think of like a few times he was ever out, bro. Like this motherfucker was like for real, he was a durable ass motherfucker.
Yeah,
when
he only missed in his first 13 from 06 to 18. I believe he only missed one game during that stretch. He missed 5 games in 2019, and he missed, I think, 4 or 5 this season. But prior to that, he only missed 1 game, I'm pretty sure. Or 2 games, actually. One of them was because Mark Brunell started the year we had everything clinched.
Oh, that goddamn Mark Brunell.
Mark Brunell.
And then one year, I think it was 2012, the Bounty Gate season. Luke McCown started 1 game for him. Whenever I think Drew had like a shoulder flare up on him or something. But yeah, he was very, very durable. The definition of a team first guy. Played through injuries. He played through a torn meniscus 1 year, I believe. With the surgically repaired shoulder. This year came back hella fast from the broken ribs and collapsed lungs. So
he did come back hella fast though, for real.
Yeah. It's just unbelievable, man.
Damn, he came back. Hey, he was still wounded too, though. But it was like, sure. Damn, he. That's how ill he is. That's why he's a legend, bro. So now, real quick, man, I just want to go around the horn. Like, where were you at, and what? We'll go around the horn. We'll start with Spencer, bro. Where were we at when we heard the joint? And like the reaction, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, whenever right when the news, I think I was just like on the toilet or something. Like
I was shit, me too.
Scrolling through
I was just scrolling, just scrolling on the toilet, and then I get this alert like, oh, it says like Drew Brees retired.
Hey, he dropped the load right there. He was like, oh.
I was like, holy shit, for real.
He said, hitting that left phone in the left hand, wiping with the right. He said, oh, God damn, Drew Brees retired? Fuck.
He kicked the left leg up.
Yeah, I know, because I didn't think it was going to happen. I was like, well, he'll probably announce it in the morning, right? But he didn't. I was like, oh, well, I guess he's just going to keep dragging it out. But nope, he announced it that afternoon. I was like, holy shit. Then I found that, and I clicked the link. Like, yeah, it's for real. I watched the little announcement with his kids on Instagram, and I was like, yeah, this is really it, man. This is really it. And it was just, and then I think I called Bogart not long after because I think he'd be down to chop it up about it. And you actually just texted me right before that about coming on the show. So it's kind of fitting. Like he texted me, and then boom, I get that alert.
Because I have the sight, bruh. I could see the future. I was like, oh shit, it's coming. Hey, that was kind of crazy though, right? Like the way it happened. Yeah, I mean, and that's just kind of how life is, bro. You know what I mean? It just fell into place. You know what I mean? When you hit me, I was like, and you know what I said too, verbatim. I was like, this is gonna be great for the show. Like, you know what I mean? Continue.
Yeah, because I say in 20, I'm looking back at it now, May 19th, 2018, I got the pleasure of meeting Drew in person. I met him at the sports awards at my work at the paper. I just started working at the paper at the time. And so if y'all can see it here, me and Drew back from almost 3 years ago now. And so that was a surreal moment, y'all. That was such a surreal moment getting to meet the GOAT in person, just because it was just like, man, and he lived up. Like he was a good guy, you know. Took pictures of everybody. Like was very polite, just cool. Like just somebody you could, just kind of hang out with. I mean, I couldn't like hang out with him per se. I wish I could have, but like it was just so many people. But like he was cool as far as like.
This is the quarterback of your favorite team.
I know, man. I freaking like get to meet him in person.
You're gonna have like a moment,
man. Like I never thought I'd get to meet him in person. Like I always dreamed of it, but I was like, oh man, I don't know if it'll like guess. But it actually happened. I was like, let's go. And I think from there, I was like, man, I gotta work in the industry, man. And so I'm still at the paper today, you know. And it's just hopefully I'm keeping working my way up, covering high school sports now. But maybe one day I'll get an NFL.
Phone calls, bro. Listen, even in names. I'll make some phone calls, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I know people, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Blake, so where were you at when you heard the Drew Brees thing?
I was actually, I think I was at work actually, and I just looked down on my phone. It was a situation where I saw the tweet and I saw everything on it, and I kind of looked down and I was like, oh shit, Drew Brees retired. And then I moved on with my work day. But then like afterward, when things kind of died down partway through the day, it was kind of like a situation where you sit back and you reflect on just how good he was, right? Like he was a lot better. He should have had, more than one ring in my opinion, obviously, but he did a lot and he was a fucking animal. Obviously the off season, I wish like the way he worded everything in the offseason and the problems he had before the season started, where, Michael Thomas was kind of pissy with some things. And I wish that didn't happen because to me, that's always going to be something that's in the back of your mind. But that being said,
gonna remember, it sucks that it was on the back end of his career where there's going to be the haters that are like, will remember that and be like, yo, remember, like, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely
there's
sucks.
Gonna be
I mean, it's there now, so you can't.
But he's still a legend, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously.
And I think he cleared it up. I would say I think he cleared it up. It was more so, I would say more naive. In hindsight, because now hindsight's 2020. It was a more naive approach than ignorant. Because before I was like, man, he was just ignorant to what's going on. No, he was more naive because anytime he was in a locker room with a motherfucker, he's talking football and shit. You know what I mean? Like he didn't realize what people were kneeling for. You know what I mean? Was what you know what I mean? Didn't mean anything against the military. Anyways, I digress. Continue.
Yeah, I mean that's all I had.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie, we still shitted on him thoroughly during that shit.
We did.
I did too.
He deserved it a little bit, but he won't speak out like that anymore. He'll think about what he says before he lets someone get a soundbite or a headline.
Yeah, because you know what though, and I will say this though, in his defense, for real, it is unfair because when you say something like that and you're not educated to what is going on, in Drew Brees' defense, right? When you're not educated to what's going on, guess what? These people are gonna clip your shit and take you out of context and fuck you all the way up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and then if your initial response isn't correct, then they're gonna continue to. Then you fucked up more. You know what I mean? Like the initial, like you have to have great PR these days too. Like you know what I mean? Like Drew Brees probably fired his PR that day. He's like, damn it, what the fuck you're supposed to make sure I'm on this shit? You know what I mean? For real though.
Yeah,
You know
it
what
was
I mean?
a PR nightmare to say the
Because
least. I remember
all
when
he's
went
thinking
down.
about is football. To be in his defense, but I was the guy before I figured out, more about it. I was shitting on him. Matter of fact, Spence, that was when that shit happened. That was like the first time I brought you on my pod.
Yeah, I think
Do you
so.
remember
Yeah,
that?
we kind of talked about it. Yeah, we kind of debated a little bit. We kind of came to like just I don't know if we like agreed
But
to
we
disagree.
it wasn't.
Like we went back and forth, but it was like we came to some like
Yeah,
we
no,
got
we
what
definitely.
each other were saying. Like we didn't just like, oh, you're the idiot. Like we understood
Yeah.
where each other were coming from.
No, because you know what it is too is like at the end of the day, I will say, dude, Drew Brees did so much for the communities. Like when people try to write him off as being anything that he hasn't represented, like or racist or he's none of that. You know what I mean? Like I want people to remember him as what he did in football as well. On top of all that, dude came through. My bad, because maybe this will be my turn real quick. My bad, Hustler. You're next. This is be my thing. Dude came through, bro, and signed with Sean Payton. He's the first-time head coach, right? And he's taking him through New Orleans, right? Showing him New Orleans. And this is right, life after Katrina, right? And then they get lost. And then they're trying to figure out where they're going. That Drew Brees falls asleep in the back of the car. He's like, man, I'm just gonna go sleep because they're lost. And they're in like they find their way into like, the bad neighborhoods. They were just lost, dude. It's just Sean Payne and his driver. They're just like, they're fucking lost. And then they didn't think he would sign with the team. You know what I mean? They were like, shit, he ain't gonna sign with us, dude. Fuck, we were in the hood. We're lost. He woke up like, where we at? Shit, just fuck it. Get me home. Get to my hotel. You know what I mean? And then boom, he signs with him. You know what I'm saying? Because he was like, yo, the fact that this coach was that determined to find his way out of this debacle that they were lost. You know what I mean? But we're all lost together, right? That was his whole thing. He was like, man, I'm gonna sign with these motherfuckers because Drew Brees was lost at the time too. He would have went to Miami with Saban, but he failed a fucking physical. Like history would have been rewritten if that happened. You know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy that he ends up going with Sean Payne to New Orleans and they win the Super Bowl shortly, not too long after Katrina, bro. Like, that shit alone, it just makes him legendary, bro. Brought life back to a city in sports. In sports. You know what I mean? Things that people have a common ground on. People can disagree on shit, but listen, they have the same favorite team. Yo, we on the same team. You know what I mean? But Hustler, where were you at when you heard the joint?
So I was in my house, but I was actually in the Facebook comments kind of talking shit, saying that Drew Brees was going to come back for another season. Like literally, like kind of as the news dropped. So that was wild. It was funny. I mean, he was throwing curveballs at us with all those not YouTube videos, but like social media.
He was throwing the footballs and shit, bro.
Yeah. And you saw him doing not the like Alvin Kamara light, workouts with the then like the backyard and all that, just pushing like some heavyweight around, heavyweight for a quarterback, 6-foot quarterback anyways. But yeah, I really thought he was going to come back for one more year. And I've been on Drew Brees. I mean, I'm San Diego born and raised. So when him and LT came to San Diego 2001, we thought there was good things happening. I didn't like it when they drafted Phillip Rivers. I was never a fan of that from the beginning, especially because Brees wasn't hurt when they drafted Rivers, yet. So they just weren't banking on Drew Brees either way. And yeah, I'm glad he went to the Saints.
Eli Manning even actually, if you really want to get like right, let's actually touch on that real just for a sec. They actually had Eli Manning first, and they're like, I don't want to be here. They're like, okay, you know what? Flip him. Give me Phillip Rivers and give me Felipe, right? Because that actually happened. You know what I mean? And all the while, Drew Brees was there. Drew Brees, you know what's crazy is 2 out of those 3 names are Super Bowl winners. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of crazy. The Chargers were out. The Chargers were on their game right there, actually, if you think about it. They actually drafted the two Super Bowl guy in hindsight? They're like Eli Manning.
Chargers are failures at the front office. I didn't follow them to LA because I'm a San Diego Charger, so fuck that. They're failures. They're failures. Go look at their 2010 season. Like, it's the craziest season. They had the number 1 offense, the number 1 defense. They didn't even make the playoffs because they had the number 32 special teams.
Yeah, how does that happen? That's insane. Speaking of that 2003 quarterback class, it was a thing. I watched a video on it about Big Ben slipping, and I think from what they were saying about that, because Big Ben was in that draft class too with Eli and Rivers, that if the Chargers would have gotten Eli, which they wanted, then the Giants, they said, were seriously considering Big Ben over Rivers. And if that had been the case, Big Ben may have been a Giant, and then Rivers may have been a Steeler, and then all history would be completely different.
Oh shit!
That would have
been the whole world upside down.
Hey, Blake is a Steelers fan. He's like, that would have sucked.
I mean, they drafted Eli. It was just a draft and then a draft day trade, and then they got like Sean Merriman in the deal, who was like a 2nd round pick or late 1st round, something like that.
Yeah, so Eli really wasn't any better than Rivers, in my opinion. I know he got the 2 rings, but I think that was more of a product of the team. Like, I don't think Eli would have won shit in San Diego.
Yeah, but I like saying it because it drives narratives. You know what I'm saying?
I think Rivers might have some rings on the Pittsburgh, And Ben, I think, would have still won with the Giants. Like, I feel like all those were pretty similar type quarterbacks. It was kind of Ben got lucky that he ended up in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Well, okay. All right. So,
go ahead.
No. I insist.
Oh no, I was gonna say I wanted to ask Hustler. I was gonna say, how about this, Hustler? Because he's a Charger. You're a Chargers fan, right, Hus?
Not anymore. I'm not an LA Charger fan.
You're a San Diego Chargers fan. Okay, so we'll take you back to your days. So you actually had the Drew Brees experience early. Were you opposed to that? Like you said, when they drafted Felipe, you were like, what the fuck are we doing? Or not drafted for a meeting, but eventually ended up with him.
I didn't like the move. I mean, I was okay with them like getting Eli to like trade him, but I wasn't on board with that because Drew Brees was actually getting better every single year. And you had Drew Brees and LaDainian Tomlinson, at the same time. And the defense was nasty. Like, they could have turned that number 1 pick into a lot of picks. And they didn't have to go QB. I don't know why they didn't believe in Drew Brees, but it was because, 6 foot, quarterbacks weren't the thing back then in the early 2000s.
And what's funny is they had Doug Flutie, right? When you guys drafted Brees, like
it literally went Flutie to Brees.
Yeah. There's like, listen, we go from 5'8" to fucking 6 foot. And he's like, bro, he's killing it. Like, they knew they could win with Brees. They're like, bro, if we could do it with Doug Flutie at 5'8", we're good with Drew Brees, right? Okay, I like this real quick. So one more thing I want to ask you. When Drew Brees won a Super Bowl, right? Of course you're happy for him. Was that one of those moments you're like, man, see, I told these motherfuckers we should have kept that motherfucker?
Hell yeah, man. Drew Brees is loved in San Diego, and I feel like I don't remember where I was working at the time, but I would be asking people, who do you want to win in the Super Bowl? And they're just like, Drew Brees. That's who I want to win. So Drew Brees still gets mad love in San Diego. I know he had some charity for a long time. And yeah, Tino, not the LA Chargers. I don't cheer for him, but San Diego Chargers, all about it.
Yeah, shout out. Hey, no, this is kind of cool. This is how the universe works too. Because now I love that we got to get that perspective on Drew Brees, because this is also Spencer. Like, Spencer just shared that story about Drew Brees that's one of his heroes, basically, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when he came to I was like, oh my gosh, I got to meet him. And it worked out that he was coming to the event that my work was hosting. So it was like a dream scenario.
Universe, B.
And before we switch really quick, like, Drew Brees is probably the fantasy GOAT at the QB position because of hitting the 5,000 mark 5 times. Like, man, he won so many people championships in those 5 years.
Right. No shit.
He's the fantasy GOAT, bro.
Yeah.
Legendary.
Right. Yeah, I remember one year, I was thinking it was after 2011, like when he had that record season. I had first pick. The next It's like, fuck it, give me Drew Brees first overall.
Yes, he went crazy that year, bro.
Yeah.
Quarterbacks matter.
Yeah, back then they really did. That was back in the days where you could get away with taking a quarterback in the first round. That's a different times.
Hey, real quick, you know what I like to do with the quarterback settings in any league that I'm hosting or commissioning, whatever you want, whatever have you. I make it a point for every 20 yards passing for the QBs. You know what I'm saying? And it's 6-point touchdowns. You know what I mean?
I go 15. I get crazy about it because QB
Yes.
shit
I'm getting Mahomes third overall. I'm giving me Josh Allen. Like that's what makes that's dope for super flex, especially because now put value on these guys that you're drafting early, like early even. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
In these leagues that I do with that setting, it's crazy. I swear it's like, maybe like 16 or 17 of the top scoring players are quarterbacks.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm still in a league like that. Yeah, the league that they haven't changed the settings since 2012 when I took Breeze first overall. So like quarterbacks are still really valuable in that league. I don't take them first anymore, but I take them pretty high considering the settings. I won the ship this year in that league. I had Josh Allen, so QBs are still king in some formats.
As did I. I also had Josh Allen.
Yeah, him and Diggs won me a lot of ships this year.
Yeah.
And I fucking ran to the championship in the Rum Boys League.
Let's get this is how I know he spanked all of us, bro. Bro, he destroyed every single one of us, bro. Like, and he did it in the draft as well, and free or off the waiver. Like, he just everything.
I didn't make a single waiver move all year.
Oh, there it is. See, boom.
I didn't make one waiver move,
bro. Like he just destroyed us, bro. It was like destiny. I just kept saying all year, it's destiny. You know what I mean? Because he was undefeated, basically. I think he lost one time.
Yeah, I went 12-1.
That's really amazing.
Almost ran the table.
He ran the table, bro. Like, I would just text him. Like he has an iPhone like me. I just send him, it's destiny.
Oh fuck. So now that Drew Brees is gone though, so Taysom Hill signs this contract, right? So details 4-year deal, $140 million contract year, voidable. So my question for everyone here is 4 years, $140 million, Taysom Hill, what is life after Drew Brees?
It was a gangster move by the Saints. That's what it was, because it's voidable after next year.
Yeah, it's voidable like now even.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. What they did, I think they played it smart because basically what they did was they basically told Taysom, you bet on he's betting on himself, prove us right. Like prove us that you're the guy. There's no guaranteed money in the deal really. It's just year to year. It's like he takes it year to year. If he does well, he'll keep getting paid. If he doesn't, well, he's going to end up cut. I mean, it's a risky deal, but it's a deal that if he's betting on himself, it was the deal to take rather than taking like a deal for less money with more guarantees, So I like it. I think Taysom is going to be the Saints quarterback at least for the next 2 or 3 years, and then I think they'll draft somebody. I know they brought Jameis back, but I don't see Jameis being the future. I think it's Taysom.
They're paying him the same amount though right now, technically, right?
Oh yeah, they'll battle it out. I mean, I'm not like. I mean, it's like if Taysom,
because that would, sometimes whoever's heavy on the money, that kind of it would be like, oh, I'm the guy, right? But they're getting paid the same amount actually.
Right,
so
it's gonna be
they're duking it out, bro.
Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I think Taysom's gonna win though. I mean, he started when Drew was out last.
I'm putting my money on infamous Winston. Let's go.
I'm throwing my money on stealing crab legs, Winston. Like that's where it's going. It's about to steal Taysom's crab legs.
Cool. I know a lot of people are like. I'm kind of in the minority with this Taysom. Even Peacock's hating on him, man.
Everybody loves. There's a everybody loves Taysom Hill category of people. You know what I mean? I'm just not in that one.
I'm one of them. I'll admit it. I love Taysom.
I do love Taysom.
Too. That's what I was thinking.
But if I listen, I do love Taysom. But if we're talking Taysom or my man, famous Jameis, infamous Winston, right? The pick six president, right? Give me in fantasy, bro. Give
The
me,
pick six president.
bruh.
They don't more. That's exactly why he's going to be riding the
We don't
pond
play.
this year.
Vice
No, but
president is Nathan Peterman.
He retired even. Hey, Nathan Peterman
Big
will get in the
Peter.
game and throw a pick six right now, bro.
Yeah, they'll bring him
Yeah.
in. He wants to throw his ceremonial last pass. He'll throw it to the intentional pick six.
Hey, man, I'm saying to the
Oh,
house. You know what I mean?
To the
No.
house, yeah. Oh,
Okay,
I
Blake.
think that the Saints have been paying Taysom like long before he was ever going to be a starting QB, and I really think this was just a gangster contract move that either way next year will get restructured. You know, if they're not going to cut him, they'll just restructure him. What did it save? Like $7.5 million by making this move against the cap this year?
yeah, it's
seven and a half.
Yep.
This is a gangster move. Like I don't even. They're just showing people how you can take care of your guys and beat the cap at the same time. That's all they did.
Right, which is why I'm happy to be a Saints fan right now, even with life after Drew. I think it'll be good with Peyton and Mickey Loomis calling the shots. Shit, we're gonna still be in playoffs in contention. I think we might be the Bucks this year because last year the Bucks, snuck a wild card, went all the way. I think this year the Bucks are gonna win the division, have the target on their back. And the Saints are going to be that sneaky wild card that could come in and spoil the party.
Okay. So would you say your version's better?
Hell yeah. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Who
I
that
love
nation?
it.
We going for it all. No one's going to bet on us. No one's going to bet on us. Now they breathe.
They really won't, though, right? That's
They really
actually a good
won't.
bet.
They're going to say we suck.
actually a good bet. We're going to get good odds on that bet, though. Keeping it 100, we're going to get good odds on that bet. Like nobody's going to be banking on the Saints as,
Right.
you know what I mean, as being one of the favorites, like out the gate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is the time to buy the Saints because last year, I'm going to be real, all that Super Bowl or bust talk had me nervous. It gave me, I was buying it, but deep down, I had kind of a nervous gut feeling because a lot of times when you get those high expectations, it's hard to live up to them. And so I kind of now glad that target, put that target on Tampa.
I love no expectation. Let's go. Shout out to my numbers.
Yeah,
as much little expectations as possible. Like fucking A.
It's crazy because the Bucks, they were a Super Bowl or bust team, and midway through the season, everyone was saying they were bust and they were horrible because they looked like in no way, a Super Bowl contender. So those expectations make a difference.
Yep, yeah, they were able to recover once they kind of like the spotlight kind of got off of them when everyone was starting to write them off. That's when they ascended.
Yeah. Okay, Blake, I want you to tell me, right? Drew Brees out of the way, right? Like he's like in that era of like Drew Brees, Ben Roethlisberger, like Tom Brady. You know what I mean? Like, how mad are you that Drew Brees retired and like you're like, yo, Ben, just retire, bro? Like,
dude, to be
or are you happy Ben's coming back?
He's better than anyone else we got, so yeah, I'm happy he's coming back. Yeah. And at least he restructured his contract.
Him not retiring. Imagine if he retired. That would open up the doors for Jameis Winston. This is why I asked that. Like a Jameis would have been like, yo, I'm about to go there. Throw the Claypool, Jew. Like, like
Juju's gone.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying though, at the time, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? At the time when Big Ben was like, I'm coming back. At the time, you know what I mean? Could have been enticing, like
I wanted Jameis Winston from the get-go before he went to the Saints. I wanted him. Then all of a sudden, Eric Ebron's our big fucking off-season move. Like what? Now, like that makes no sense, dude. It's infuriating. I have several questions for the Steelers front office, and I mean, when are we gonna get a fucking quarterback that can, play? Because honestly. Big Ben goes down. You have Mason Rudolph and Duck Hodges a couple of years ago. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, y'all need some insurance, man.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And then you got Art Rooney coming out, Art Rooney II coming out, being like, I don't know, Mason Rudolph, he might be our guy going forward. Like, no. He is not our fucking guy. All right.
Terrible, man. That dude sucks. Rudolph is just cheeks, bro.
Throwing fucking medicine balls around the field, dude. Like, what are you doing? Getting smacked with helmets. Figure it out. Figure it out, please.
Well, you brought in Dwayne Haskins, right? So, like, and that was the first real talk. No. Here, how about this?
Trey Lance. I like Trey Lance. I'd be on board with that.
That's who I want Pittsburgh to take is Trey Lance.
I love Trey
Lance. Hold on. Let's not speak that into existence. That's my Niners need to do that. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. But I'm saying no, right? Dwayne Haskins was actually before free agency and all this shit. He was the first thing that was like, oh shit, Steelers signed Dwayne Haskins. Remember that?
Yeah, like, and I also remember looking at it and being like, what the fuck, dude?
Right?
What are we doing?
Now, hold on. I'm just using that to segue BWB. Let's get into this free agency. It's fucking madness.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to and fro. You know what I mean? We haven't even hit the real major part of it. This is just the tip of the iceberg because we are upon the evening of the 17th of March, right? And we're going to see the most 1 and 2 year deals, 1, 2, and 3 year deals everywhere. Because while the cap is down, these players, these notable name players, they're going to go somewhere to get 1 and 2, perhaps 3 year deals, right? And then when the cap goes back up, they're not locked into no fuck shit. This is going to be an incredible fun time in free agency. I swear to God. Like we might even see like a Kenny Galladay go to Green Bay for like a 2 year deal. You know what I mean? Shit like that. You know what I mean? Will Fuller with his suspension, he's going to go somewhere, probably a 1 year deal, right? Where do you think he goes? There's all kind of shit going on. BWB, let us know what's been popping right now. And let's talk about it.
I got a list here. I actually
which list?
Shout out Adam Schefter for
no, not Schefter's list. I'm just saying,
yeah.
I didn't mean the name. I just meant which list. You know what I'm saying? Because he has I have a long list. We got to hit lists and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It was just funny that he said, "Hold on, let's continue." I digress.
All right, Stephen A. So first thing I have on here that I thought was interesting is Shaq Barrett. $36 million guaranteed over a 4-year contract, which the only reason I brought it up and I thought it was interesting because we had this exact conversation on what was it? It was with Michael Florio, I believe. We had this conversation about Shaq Barrett. So just wanted to hear everyone's thoughts on Shaq Barrett's contract.
First off, IDP life, okay? Fuck team defense. If you still play in a league with team defense, get the fuck out of here, okay? IDP life.
Team defense. I feel you.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up a defensive player. So as much as Tom Brady is like, making everybody on the offense, willing to take pay cuts, Levante David is that dude on the defense.
Yeah.
And everyone's willing to get behind him and take pay cuts just like he did. And Shaq Barrett staying there just shows that they all believe, they each believe in each side of the ball. Oh, fuck yeah, he is, man. Him and Levante David, JPP, I mean, shit, even Devin White. They all should have won like the MVP.
Devin White's a stud, yeah.
Yeah, he's a dog. And like even others, even Antoine, Winfield, all the motherfuckers back there, bro, like they got a unit over there, bro. Pause.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Yeah, continue us.
It's ridiculous. No, their defense is legit. Everybody, I don't know why people said in 2019 their defense wasn't that legit because I knew that it was. Even back then, Devin White missed 3 games, and you could tell those 3 games that he missed made a difference. Like Devin White, Levante David, best linebacker duo in the league, and like Shaq Barrett being in the mix with those 2 guys, like best defense in the league, hands down.
Yeah, it's really good what they got going.
I bet that.
I mean, as a Saints fan, I've got to admit they're better than us on paper right now, no doubt. I mean, they've got all the talent. Brady is getting everybody to stay. The defense is staying intact. They're just good at. They're creating a new movement. I feel like a player first movement to where players are taking more control of the personnel, and kind of recruiting and such. It used to be more the players just kind of just handle their business and let the front office handle all that stuff. Where the Bucks are kind of being kind of empowering themselves as far as like we're keeping this band together. We're gonna try to
I like that you just said that right now.
Yeah, they're trying to kind of like.
Y'all remember when LeBron went to the Heat? Bro, he went to the Heat. He was like, "Yo, Chris Bosh, hey, you're gonna have to take a little bit less money, okay? All right, work good.
Yep.
Hey, Dwayne Wade, yeah, we on the way. But boom, it was like, bro, that became a thing. Look, Tom Brady's there. He's like, I'm over here now.
Ray Allen.
Tom Brady, even Tom Brady was exactly Ray Allen when they brought in Ray
Allen. And sure, he went in 3 to beat the Spurs.
It happens in Florida, bro.
Like,
hey, but shout out to the Bucks for not underpaying people too, because these guys are still getting market value. They're just not getting, what they could get.
Yeah, they're just taking.
And Tom Brady, Tom Brady's that GOAT, bro. Where he's like, listen, I'm taking off $5 million, bro. Everybody do it. Boom. They're like, yeah, Tom's doing it, bro. Yeah, we're gonna get number 8. It starts becoming a thing. And he's like, yeah, everybody drink the avocado Kool-Aid.
Yeah, man, it's scary.
It's the only avocado Kool-Aid in existence.
Oh man, I sure as hell hope it comes crashing down. As a Saints fan, but I mean, as a neutral observer, I'm like, man, I'm impressed. But as a Saints
neutral observer, I like that. We're gonna use that.
My Saints fan is like, fuck the Bucks, but like my neutral observer is like, well, goddamn, they're really doing some good shit.
Right? They got everybody to chip in, bro.
They got a scary ass squad. Scary ass squad.
And this is year 2 now. Look at what they did with having to learn on the fly. You feel me? Like they had to learn on the fly, basically. Like Brady's like, all right.
Yeah, the
COVID-19.
Yeah.
In 2019, they were about 15 Jameis Winston interceptions away from being a playoff team. Like Mike Evans and Chris Godwin were like top 3 in fantasy that year. Like their offense was ridiculous.
Bro, I used to go crazy when Jameis Winston, the president of the Pick Six Club, infamous Winston himself, he would throw a pick six. And I'd be like, especially when he started like the first quarter, he throws pick six. Yeah. Whoa, we're in here. Let's go. Right? I'm like, let's go. No, because listen. Because
get out of the way early.
Hold on. Well, I was never a Jameis Winston guy, right? But once Bruce Arians got there, I was like, oh yes, because Bruce Arians will never bench your guy he will never bench his guy. You know what I mean? Hey, you're throwing 5 picks, he'll pat him on the ass. Get back in there, Jack. You know what I mean, bruh? So I was like, oh, Jameis Winston's about to go crazy because he's gonna throw hella picks, bro, and he's not gonna bench him, bro. So you throw a pick six, yes, we're in the hole. Let's go.
A 400-yard game's coming when he throws a pick six in the first quarter.
Yeah, right.
A fucking 500-yard game, even 500 yards. 4 touchdowns, fucking 5 picks.
I don't think I want to go through all that, man, with the Saints.
Like, I know. I'm just saying with the Bucks. I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, with the Bucks, like
with Bruce Arians.
Yeah.
With Bruce Arians.
Yeah. That's what he probably be more.
Bench this motherfucker.
Right.
But he knew
Peyton would bench him if he does all that junk.
He got some basic surgery though. He's good.
I'll believe that when I see
it. Hey, listen. I don't mean to bring it up, but when my Niners broke Drew Brees' ribs, right? And then when Jameis came in, bro, he was like, I'm going to remind everybody who I am. And he threw a pick, bro. You know what I'm saying? He was like, fuck, I got to let him know. The pick six president is back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Wow.
Okay. Let's go. Who else we got?
Free agent market that we're going to talk about.
I got so next up, I got Jonnu Smith agrees to a deal with the Patriots, 4 years, $50 million deal that includes $31.25 million fully guaranteed.
Quick question.
Belichick.
Is that the most that the Patriots have paid a passing, option in like the last 20 years?
Damn, I mean, I
Damn
don't know.
near, probably.
I want to say yeah, just because I'm like, goddamn.
It's not even that good, man. Belichick, like,
Don't just make my man John.
Oh my God.
They only gave him 65 targets in 2020. Like he's getting no work.
I do want to say though, Jonnu though, because I'm a Jonnu truther, so I always just die on the hill, right? But yeah, listen, this move. No, hold on, Blake, real quick. I want to know what you think of this move though, because I remember we've had Jonnu conversations. Like, what did you think of this move?
I mean, to be quite honest with you, at this point, what do you have to lose, right? You got the space there. Throw the guy some money, because at this point, what kind of weapons do you have on offense? Realistic pass catching weapons, which is what I look at Jonnu Smith as. What do you have? You got to add something, because that's why Tom Brady essentially.
Kendrick Bourne, bro. Don't disrespect him, bro.
Jonnu's legit. I mean, he might need some stickum because sometimes he's got hands like frying pans.
Oh,
but
yeah.
He's legit. He just never got volume ever. Never.
He's definitely got raw potential. I mean, it's just the thing is, you know who he reminds me of? Jared Cook. I feel like he's similar. He's just,
that's another guy that just sometimes he just won't catch it.
Yeah, he's got the
it
raw.
Might go right through his hands even sometimes.
Yeah, to be like, he's on the cusp. He's on the cusp of being an elite tight end. And he'll drop something right in his hands, and you're like, fuck, man. It's like he's just not that dude. He's just not that dude like Kelsey or Kittle or even Waller. Like he's just I'm not trying to hate on Jonnu. Like I know the Patriots needed to do something, but then they signed him and followed up with Henry and then overpaid those receivers. I'm just like I said, I don't hate Jonnu, but I just hate what Belichick's doing, honestly. I feel
okay,
like
hold on. Let's just get right to that then. Let's get right to that.
Recklessly spending.
Fuck Bill Belichick.
Guys,
hold on. No, let's get right to what Belichick's
worth what he's paying them. I feel like he should wait. He should have waited out. He's probably going to be kicking himself when he sees guys like Galladay and Juju settle for cheap 1-year deals because they didn't get what they wanted. And he just overpaid fucking Nelson Aguilar and Kendrick Bourne. Like he's probably gonna be like, man, I was
like Kendrick Bourne is the ball. Don't ever disrespect Kendrick Lamar Bourne identity. Okay, that's my guy. Shout out to Kendrick Bourne, bro.
I will agree though. Nelson Aguilar's contract is a little ridiculous. 2 years, $26 million. Yeah, he's garbage. Why would you pay him that money?
Is it 20? It's 20, not 26. Is it 26?
Yeah, it's 26. Yeah, it's like if Belichick, you're that desperate, why didn't you just go all in?
His dog signed him, bro.
Why the hell would you go pay Bourne and Aguilar? Why not just go sign Galladay or Juju or Fuller? Like sign the best of
because they're gonna wait. Okay, how about this? This is what I think they're doing. Everybody knows Cam Newton can't stretch the field right now. I'm not gonna say that he can eventually get that back. I'm just saying, as we know, and that's what the New England Patriots see. They're like, all right, let's go ahead and get all these shorter average depth of target guys, all these shorter A-dot guys, Kendrick Bourne, the goddamn help me out here. Nelson Aguilar, guys with yak. Let's go ahead and get the fucking Jonnu Smith. All these guys got yak, and I actually said this on the Hustler show earlier, bro. Everyone except Hunter Henry, bro. Hunter Henry has a 0 yak, and I know you are a Chargers fan, right? You can attest to this. 0 yak. Great for touchdowns, or you need a good first down, all that shit. But he's not gonna run up no seam, and as soon as he catches the ball, boom, that's it. Boom, done. You know what I mean? But I like it.
He was with Phillip Rivers for the longest. Rivers is not. He doesn't help anybody with yak like that. Yeah, that's another reason I don't like Rivers. But I like what they're doing. But yeah, fuck the Patriots. Like first off, but
yeah,
they're going after these B-level guys, and we already know that because they're not going to pay anybody any real fucking money. Like, and I feel like they're getting guys to sign on right now. They're making like fucking Shark Tank deals. Like, take this right now, or you're gonna hit open market, and like you're not gonna like it. Okay, just take this deal now, or it's about to be off the table.
That is true. Though.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, like Mark Cuban and shit. Yeah.
Because a lot of them, it looks like they're moves for the Caps, though. Because if you look at them, a lot of these moves, they could get out of them, 2 years before Jonnu's up. They could get out of it. I think like next year they can get out of Hunter Henry
Aguilar
if they wanted
to me. Aguilar's deal, it's 1 year. It's what, 2 years, 26? Bro, it's 1 year. Probably
I bet all the deals are front loaded. I bet all the deals are front loaded. The way it didn't work out, they can just blow it up and start it over.
The evil emperor himself. Bill Belichick. Matter of fact, this is probably like the third version of him. He's probably died a couple times. You know what I'm saying? Because the evil emperor, he clones himself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Several times over. Right. He just keeps coming back. I'm telling you.
I think now, you're right. I just think now I know they say it's foolish to write off someone like that, never or truly write off the evil emperor. But I feel like this. So I feel like Belichick's his days of being a true Super Bowl contender over with. Like, I don't think he's gonna ever get back to the Super Bowl.
He's a wild card contender. Let's go.
Exactly. The reason why I think that they will is because their motto is defense wins championships. Their defense was legit last year, and now you go and you add Mills out there to go to pair along with Stephon.
Hey, how about this, Blake? One time, do you have what the Patriots did on this joint? Like everything they've done so far?
All the moves. Four newest Patriots are Jonnu Smith, Devon Godchuk, Trent Brown, Jalen Mills. Those are all Drew Rosenhaus clients.
Yeah, Matt Judon. They got
Jalen Mills.
Jalen Mills.
Yep.
And then all the receivers we were talking about. Okay, so this is dope because they're like revamping. And you know what that showed me too? They really want to put something around Cam Newton to see what they got with this motherfucker right now. And they're not out of position to grab the best player available at that 15 spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they could maybe take a QB there because I don't think Cam's like that's what it's all 1 year stuff. Like Cam's just a bridge quarterback. So I think maybe they'll go gamble on like Trey Lance. Like I hope Trey Lance doesn't end up
saying that. Stop saying there.
That, like I don't
like your version. Hold on.
I like Trey Lance.
The Niners. Hold on.
Yeah, I'd rather him with the Niners than the damn Patriots. I feel like whoever goes to the Patriots is gonna go to just it's like you said, their modern defense wins championships, whichever quarterback ends up there. Like I think Mac Jones would be a good fit there. He was coached by Ben Wright, a real a hard ass. I think Belichick. I think that wouldn't be that much of a shock. Going from Saban to Belichick. I think Mac Jones might be their solution.
I honestly think all the top 5 QBs go before that 15th pick. It seems like everybody is going to be super QB hungry this draft.
They could trade up. I mean, they could trade up possibly. I know Belichick normally trades down, but he's super aggressive right now. He knows his window's closing. He's getting up in age. Like he's going to have to. He wants to get his bench. He's gonna have to do it soon. His blood's boiling with Brady. I think those two motherfuckers might want to see who can last longer, Brady or Belichick. They're gonna Belichick.
The avocado versus the clone.
Can Brady play longer? I think those two. Like Brady's gonna try to. I'm gonna play till I'm 50, and Belichick like fuck you. I'm gonna coach till I'm 80. Like
bro, he's just gonna have several shells of himself, bro.
I might have to go with the hood on that one as far as who's gonna outlast who.
BWB, take us somewhere. Take us to the next.
So what about this? Jamal Williams. We had this conversation. Jamal Williams, no longer cheese on the head. He says goodbye to Green Bay and hits the free agent market. Who do you think should pick him up?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I would say the Patriots, to be honest, because he could pass protect like shit, and he's a pass catching guy. Like anytime, if anybody looks, I'm a fan of PFF. I fuck with PFF. Give me money. You know what I mean? These motherfuckers, they got it. He's always high graded in pass protection. You know what I mean? And that's why Aaron Rodgers would be like, all right, let's go. Jamal Williams, you're in here. We're going to hurry up. You know what I mean? Like when they're playing from behind, it was a lot of Jamal Williams, and that's why people hated him when Aaron Jones there. And like it would really take one of them to be gone or hurt before you could really maximize the value on one of them. I think Aaron Jones can get. I mean, Aaron Jones. What's his name? Jamal Williams. I think the Jets is like a good spot for him. You know what I mean?
I actually think the Giants cross the pond because they need to protect Daniel Jones a little bit more, like that's for sure. And you could save Saquon from having to pass block all the time.
Yeah,
right.
Hey, well, didn't they sign Devontae Booker?
I didn't see that.
The book.
Yeah, I thought they had
signed the book.
Is that official or is that just a rumor?
You know what? Like, should we just? What do you think, Blake? I mean, like, should we just?
He's on the
whole list
now,
of the free agency joint real quick. Should we just fire through it?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's fire through it, dude.
Let's fire through it, dude.
Let's fire through it. The next one I had on the list that I thought was interesting, at least, I mean, a couple linebackers signing, right? Yannick Njoku goes to the Raiders for a 2-year, $26 million deal. Gerard Davis goes to the Jets for a 1-year, $7 million deal. Thought those were both interesting because those are two teams that need some linebacker help. No doubt about that.
Good point.
Leonard Floyd, $64 million deal with the Rams. Yeah, he got it all.
My guy. That's my guy, though.
How can the Rams afford that? They're still way over the cap. How are they getting away with that?
Because you know what it is? It's back ended. You know what I mean? That's how they do it.
Yeah,
I got you.
What about Carlos Hyde to the Jags? 2-year, $6 million deal.
Yeah, man. He's just the handcuff for the James Robinson. Then is that what we're doing here?
Yeah,
that's like Chris
Urban Meyer. He played under Urban Meyer at Ohio State.
Oh, in Ohio, you're right. That's a good point.
That's like literally like Chris Thompson. Like Chris Thompson was a signing because of the coaching regime and them working, together. Same shit. Like irrelevant either way.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of the Jets, Jets signed Corey Davis to a 3-year, $37.5 million deal, $27 million guaranteed.
He's the only one that would take their call.
Yeah, right.
Right.
My man, Corey Davis.
Yeah, they probably wanted Kenny G and Juju and Fuller like straight to voice.
That's why he signed.
Everyone hit the ignore button. You're like, no, I'm good on that. They're looking at their phone. They're like, "Shit, I'm not there yet."
I love Corey Davis. I don't give a fuck. I love him, and I'm wrong. If loving him is wrong, I'm never be right.
I can't say I love him, man. That dude killed me in fantasy.
No, he's one of the first dudes in fantasy when I started pushing narratives and planting flags on dudes. Pause. Right. He was one of those guys that when I was wrong on being years in a row consecutive right on players, and then it don't matter because everyone's gonna remember that one. Hey, bro, what about Corey Davis? Man, shut up.
Yep, exactly. He was supposed to break out like 2 or 3 years ago and did, and then he did pretty well in his contract year, but just still not impressive enough to me to really solve the Jets' issues. I mean, the Jets, as a dude in the chat said, they stink. They still stink. Corey Davis is not gonna get them to where they need to be.
One thing I'll say in Corey Davis's defense is Mariota doesn't even know how to throw to wide receivers, so that kind of ruined him in the beginning.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Go
ahead, Blake.
So Chris Carson,
I'm gonna grab the charger real quick.
Yeah, he's still in the market. He didn't get the tag.
Yeah, I was gonna say I had it on here. That's what happened with Chris Carson. We gotta fucking hurry up here, running out of goddamn time. So the next one I had, obviously, we can't go through free agency right now without bringing up Ryan Fitzmagic to the football team, aka Washington. 1 year deal, $10 million that could grow to $12 million with incentives. I mean, do you give Fitzmagic that money? That's my only question.
I would, if that's what the football team has weapons, some young weapons, a solid defense, and I mean, I think it'd be a healthy competition between him and Heineke and possibly a rookie in the mix. Like I think Fitzmagic will win the job, and rightfully so. To me, he got screwed by the Dolphins. Like he should have kept the job over Tua.
I agree.
He was better than Tua, and like I think he'll win the job over the young cats in Washington. And I think Riverboat Ron Rivera will respect the veteran, and I think he'll go out with Fitzmagic. I don't think they'll be a Super Bowl threat or anything, but I definitely could see them repeating as NFC East champs with him under center.
I feel like every dollar they're paying him is worth it, no matter how many games he starts. Could be 4, could be 5. I really think they're going to make a move for a QB. They're going to have to trade up, for it. But I really think signing Fitzpatrick, I really think that plus a jumping up in the draft somewhere into the top 10 is what they're going to do.
Yeah, just imagine if they get Trey Lance. Your quarterback room would then be Fitzmagic, Trey Lance, and Taylor Heineke. You go.
Hold on. Now we're putting him on Washington. Like,
yeah, you missed our
why do we keep doing this, man? Hey, go to the Niners, bro.
Breaking news: William Jackson just signed a 3-year, $42 million deal with the Washington football team.
Washington making a push, baby.
They got money, dude. Listen,
yeah, they do, man. Rivera's playing smart. They got some young talent. Now they're complementing it with free agent guys.
These secondaries are already legit.
Hold on. So you're telling me we're on the Fitzmagic right now, right?
Yep.
Oh my God, bruh. I love this for fantasy, just first of all. You know what I mean?
Scary Terry, baby.
This helps everyone. And he's a guy that'll throw to the running back. He's a guy that'll find your receiver. He'll find your side. He'll find your number 2. He's good. He's good for hosting 2 parties, right? And then supporting a running back in the passing game. Fitzmagic is the shit for fantasy, bro. Like I'm so excited for that. And maybe we'll temper our expectations because that defense is going to be good. And this is what makes it even more awesome for Fitzmagic because he really want to go somewhere where he can get a chance. He's going to a wide open division. Like it's fucking awesome for him, bro. He's never played a playoff game. You know what I mean? Like, I love Fitzmagic. We love him too, because we're the fantasy community. And
we love it.
Yeah, right.
And I grew to love him even past that because of the fantasy, because of the fantasy aspect. I grew to love him. He's a Harvard graduate. He's smarter than all of us.
One of the first championships I ever won was in 2010. It was because of Ryan Fitzpatrick and Stevie Johnson.
Stevie Johnson.
Stevie, baby. Stevie Johnson.
Stevie Johnson was so dope. He had the weirdest break out of his routes. It was so dope. Like he was fucking unique.
Right. Yeah, then Fitzmagic got a year at the Jets where he made Brandon Marshall and Eric Decker both WR1s.
Yep.
Yeah, he is fantasy gold. He helped out Mike Evans. Mike Evans did better with Fitzmagic than Jameis that one season. Like, yeah, he is a fan. Scary Terry, y'all, is blew his stock.
Logan Thomas, bro. Old man Logan, bro.
Yeah, it's like I'm excited. Antonio Gibbs.
Wolverine, bro.
So 2 minutes or 3 minutes now after we went live, the Bills signed Emmanuel Sanders to a 1-year, $6 million deal, $500,000 in incentives.
Gabriel Davis truthers. Whoo, told you.
Speaking of that, I am a Gabriel Davis truther, and I honestly wasn't that upset with that signing because as a Saints fan, I noticed Emmanuel Sanders really lost a step last year. He was not that great, so I think he'll come in and start with.
Would this hurt more of a Cole Beasley then, if anything?
Yeah, I think so. I think it probably hurts Beasley more because, like, if they'd have not signed anybody, I feel like that'd have been a sign that they were confident in Beasley as like their number 2, But now that they signed Sanders, that tells me they're probably like they're gonna keep Beasley in that slot role. And I still think I'm not like obviously this hurts Davis, but I still think that if he keeps ascending, that he could take the number 2 job from Sanders by the time it's said and done.
Blake, you're a
Yeah.
Steeler. You're a Steeler, right?
Yeah, I guess if you want to call me that, but
no, a Steeler as in Pittsburgh Steeler
yeah,
fan. You're a
yeah.
Steeler.
I'm a
That
part of the
sounded
Steel
wrong, huh?
Nation.
That's there it is.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
you go. For lack of a better term, right? I
Yeah.
said you're a Steeler. Like that sounded wrong. now hearing it out loud, you're right.
Yeah.
Anyways, you're a proud member of the Steel Nation, right? Where Emmanuel Sanders started his journey. What was your thoughts on it?
Fuck Emmanuel Sanders, dude. He pissed me off when he pissed me off. He pissed me off when he left and then said, "Oh, I'm finally gonna play under a leader." I'm like, "Oh, dude, come on."
Oh, Peyton Manning?
Yeah, don't be butthurt. You weren't getting fucking targets. You were young. Come on, and you're going. I mean, he was at that point. He was sharing a role with Antonio Brown. Like,
yeah, it's like they're gonna go AB over.
Yeah,
here.
right. Figure it out.
Peyton is a lot better than Big Ben, though.
Yeah, facts.
Okay. Yeah. Obviously. I mean, that's not a debate, but
hey, both of them have one that they earned, and they have the other because of everyone else. You know what I mean?
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, so
both of their rings, they can claim one out of the two.
Something else that I want to bring up: how many or how consistently are the Bears going to keep signing backup quarterbacks? It's not like Andy Dalton.
That's what they do best. They can't draft a starter. They can only draft backups.
Yeah, they got Andy Dalton.
1 year deal, $10 million.
The competition of the century. Woo! Oh, hey.
Bro, I saw the funniest meme. It's like it was right after he signed. I got
a fantasy fornicator, bro.
I got a
notification this morning. He was like,
the Bears bruising the bros, man. I feel bad for those guys, man. That is just
shout out to my guy, bro. No, he told me, he was like, no, Andy Dalton, bro. We're talking Andy Dalton. I'm talking to my guy who's like living in Chicago. You know what I mean? He's like, they're talking Andy Dalton over here. I'm like, no, for real. No.
Well, happened over here.
Okay, continue, BWB.
No, it's funny because like I was at work because everything, I mean, it came out right at the tail end of my work day. I'm looking and I was like, oh my God, the Bears got Andy Dalton. I started laughing, right? But the very first thing in the comments I see is someone tweeted a meme and it said, the Bears this offseason, how it started. And it's got a picture of Russell Wilson. And then it says how it ended. And it's a picture of Andy Dalton just going,
garbage.
Like, bro, come on. Like, why can you not, like, it's the same thing. Granted, I have no room to talk because my squad consistently keeps backup quarterbacks and we sign bullshit quarterbacks. It's fucking stupid. But like, if you're the Bears, like, how do you start off the year like and just be like, you know what? By the end of where coming into free agency, you look at it and you're just like, I think Andy Dalton's our guy. Like, no, dude, no. What makes you think that?
It's like the same mentality of when they chose Trubisky over Watson, over Mahomes. It's like that same type of thinking.
Listen, I believe in karma. Hold on. I want to say something. I believe in karma, right? And my Niners, we bamboozled them. You know what I mean? We bamboozled them. We said we wanted Trubisky, and guess what? We didn't want Trubisky. We just wanted to get some picks so they can go ahead and get Trubisky. We bamboozled them, and we are suffering from that same karma, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to be real. You know what I mean? That karma is real. You know what I mean? And matter of fact, we might even fuck around and end up with Trubisky. And I've been on record saying, because I feel like we were gonna end up with Trubisky, I've been on record saying, hey, if we get Trubisky, bro, it's gonna be some shit, bro. Right? Just already preparing myself. Because at the end of the day, if you want to look at Trubisky just on paper, 2 out of 4 years of his existence in the league, he got into the motherfucking playoffs. You know what I mean? It wasn't just because of him, obviously, right? Fucking whole team in this.
Yeah, he made it this year. He was the MVP this year. MVP Mitchell Trubisky, baby.
You know what, dude? Worst nightmare, bro, is if I get Darnold or Trubisky, and I've been saying this all, ever since. I've just been saying this ever since ever, bro, because I know how Shanahan is. Shout out to Sagittarius. Shanahan, bro, is that arrogant. He knows that he could win with a QB of whoever it is, but win, period. Like, that's very vague. You can win, period. Win it all, it's a different story. I want someone with talent to come to him, like real arm talent. That's why I want the Trey Lance. Trey Lance is the project, but still, bro, let him sit behind Garoppolo.
Oh, that would be
You know what I
sick.
mean?
Like, I'm a Trey Lance truther wherever he goes. Minus
If he can get rid of Shanahan, bro. Y'all remember Shanahan with RG3? He didn't even want RG3.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he did really well as a rookie. So like, yeah, I think
Bro, like,
Trey Lance
just,
could
like,
beat out Jimmy Garoppolo. It's very possible. I mean,
off
or
top.
sit behind him for a while and then take the job. Like, yeah,
I'm just saying. Chicago, now that
Fucking up. That's what they're doing.
crazy right now, bro. You know what?
yeah.
You want to know where the correlation is? Here's the correlation. Bill Lazor is in the building. Bill Lazor was the OC last year. I think he's still in the building. Bill Lazor, he spent time with Miami and then also with the Eagles with Chip Kelly. You know what I'm saying? Bill Lazor is with them now. He also spent time with the Bengals, is what I want to say. You know what I mean?
Wait, was he with that Miami coaching staff that was treating their nose all the time?
Yep. No. Way before that. That was the Adam Gaze, bro. That's why Adam Gaze became the wide-eyed motherfucking Adam Gaze. On one, bro.
Bro, so the last thing I had on the list that needs to be addressed, at least, as of March 15th, in the past 24 hours, Drew Rosenhaus has negotiated 10 contracts for over $250 million. Talk about a fucking winner of an offseason, huh?
Yeah, like the way Scott Boras is in MLB. You know,
holy shit.
Yeah, agent of the year there. Yeah, people are gonna see that, and I'm sure next offseason he's gonna be flocked with clients. It'll be like the GMs will be kind of wary to, it's Rosenhaus. We gotta watch it. He's gonna try to fleece us here.
Yeah, he's a swindler. For sure.
Yeah, he's a player's best friend. I mean, he's definitely gonna, if he keeps getting his people money, more and more people are gonna want to work with him.
Oh, you're talking about Rosenhaus?
Yeah, the agent Rosenhaus. Right? Yeah, he's raking in cash for his clients. So his clientele's gonna skyrocket, I'm sure, especially with the cap going back up. Like, guys that are really like, man, this is our time to get paid. Like, we gotta go with Drew Rosenhaus, like, because he's starting to get that reputation.
Bro, we need to become agents somehow, bro.
Right. Oh, yeah.
I looked into it. You gotta get you a law degree. That's the best way to do it.
Oh,
yeah, okay. That's a fucking commitment.
Yeah.
Like,
bro, I'm a lawyer, bro. My hands, bro.
I'm gonna go back and get my law degree.
Okay, yeah, Spencer the Guru.
The agent.
I need to represent us, bro.
Represent the Guru.
Hey, I wanted to say too. What are we looking on the time right here?
Hour 12, about to be hour 13.
Okay, we'll top off at the hour 30 mark. Is that good, everybody? Because there's still some more things I want to cover.
Yeah, Rob Gronkowski.
Yes, like
being one.
Let's go. Go
ahead, so Rob Gronkowski signed a 1-year deal worth $10 million to come on back to Tampa Bay.
Yeah. Speaking of Gronk, there was a report that came out and said he was considering signing with Buffalo. That surprised me. I didn't think he was considering.
He's from Buffalo.
Oh, okay.
He's a Buffalo Bills fan. Like, this.
I was thinking, maybe he would have done that, try to stick it to Belichick or something.
That's why he wanted to kill motherfucker wearing the Buffalo Bills helmet. Remember when he did the forearm chop on that motherfucker? Remember that shit got suspended? It's like 2 years
right.
ago.
Yeah. I think he's back with Tampa. Like, he'll just be kind of just a role player. Won't be anything special, but I mean, he played a big role. Like, just one of Brady's guys. So like, yeah, it'll just be try to keep the band together type thing.
What was the quarterback that did the best against Tampa Bay in the playoffs?
The Taylor Heineke,
right?
football
And
team.
guess what? But also on the Tampa Bay's offense, you know what he did the best in this sense, Gronk, right? On that side of the ball, he was holding down the fort, keeping Chase Young in check. You know what I mean?
Yeah, blocking. Yeah, Gronk's an underrated blocker. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why he got paid a good chunk of change because he's getting that he's a blocking tight end.
I just threw the Taylor Heineke in there because that's just funny to me. I just want to mention it every chance I can.
I know, man, it's crazy. Yeah, because Rodgers, you can make, but like Breeze and Mahomes both stunk it up. So yeah.
Yeah, in the beginning of the season, Gronk just looked like he was, there to be the sixth lineman. He wasn't really getting too much work, through the pass game. And then second half of the season, he came on and they just started using him more in that role. Bro.
He was getting his tofu on, his avocados.
Right. The TB12 diet. Man.
Yep.
What you think, Blake or Gronk, bro? I know you hate him, bro. I hate him too.
I fucking hate anyone that's played for the Patriots ever. I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all.
Bro. Wes Welker.
Yeah, fuck Wes Welker.
Just
you could literally name
Brandon LaFell.
Fuck anyone that's played for the Patriots. I don't care. I don't care who it is. It drives me nuts.
Damn, for the life of me, I can't think of a Steeler that played for the Patriots. Damn,
what about Randy Moss?
Oh yeah, that's different. Randy Moss is Randy Moss is different.
And if you're trying to think of a Steeler that played for the Patriots,
it's like talking about Terrell Owens. Like Terrell Owens was a Niner, but like I loved him with the Cowboys and the Eagles. Like you know what I mean? Like it was like you know what I mean.
I don't know. I liked LeGarrette Blount when he played for the Steelers. I thought that was a good move. Yeah, at the same time, it pissed me off because
they got caught smoking a blunt.
Both of them.
Him and Bell.
Come on, dude. Figure it out. Dude, I couldn't believe when that came out, when the story came out, I was just like, that's just more shit. There it is.
He was just building his brand in advance. He was building the weed brand in advance. That's all it was.
We're trailblazing
for a smoke for LeGarrette Blount.
Trailblazing, bro.
What about Tyrod Taylor going to H-Town?
Does that mean they're gonna keep Watson? Does that mean they're gonna keep Watson because he's like similar-ish to Watson's style? That's all it makes me think, and I don't like it.
No. How about this? Dude came from the Ravens, right? Buddy, Cully. He's right. He came from the Ravens as of late, right? But I want to say, if he was around with the Ravens back then when they actually drafted what's Tyrod Taylor, you know what I'm saying? Because he was the backup to Joe Flacco. Like he played. Tyrod Taylor played Kaepernick in the Super Bowl preparation against the Niners. You know what I mean? Like. That's how far Tyrod Taylor goes back in the game.
Yeah, he played with him for 4 years. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if Cully was in the building at the time because that would add to the correlation. You know what I mean? Guys will bring over their guys. You know what I mean? Like, I was here. He was good. Bring him over. You know what I mean? So this might be a version of that. You feel what I'm saying?
He wasn't with Baltimore that long. I think he's only been with them a couple of years. It looks like.
I'm saying though, how long? Oh, David Culley.
But here's my thing though.
He only was with Baltimore a couple of years.
Either way, Tyrod Taylor.
My version was better.
Either way, all he is a bridge quarterback.
Didn't know shit. My bad. Go ahead.
all he is a bridge quarterback. Look at his career. He's been a bridge quarterback the entire time throughout his whole career. Why bring him over?
Yeah, well, what I'm thinking is I think it's a sign.
Holy shit, hold on.
They will trade Watson. That's what I'm thinking.
And
then Tyrod's
now we're fucking diving deep.
That's what I'm thinking. I still think they trade Watson because Culley in the interview he did last week was saying like he wouldn't name his quarterback. He tried to.
No, he said he signed with us, so he's ours. That's what he was saying. He's ours.
He kind of backtracked, but he did. There was this quote on it. Roto World had posted it about how like, yeah, he wouldn't. It was kind of a cryptic message. Like I still think if Houston at some point is going to wise up and trade him because like I don't really see why they keep him. They're in rebuilding mode. Like I think it's time that they move on and get a big haul of picks because I mean they could get a historic haul for Deshaun Watson. I'm more
Blake,
buying
Patch
that
and John
Russell
Lynch.
Wilson stuff.
What?
Patch and John Lynch.
Yeah, let me
let's
get him on the horn.
Yeah, get him on the horn.
I hope they trade him. I really hope they trade Watson. I really hope they trade him.
God damn it! I wish we had that kind of power.
I know, right? Hold on, like, bro, I would be the worst with like a wall full of buttons. Push the John Lynch button. Make the call. Like, let's.
Yeah, we need some hotkeys. Yeah, we need hotkeys.
You know what's crazy is I think the further and further I get the understanding of like restricted, unrestricted, all these different caps. You know what I mean? Different franchises. The further you get to know what it is, then you can really just call shit out. Like, oh no, there's no way they can get him. Oh, there's no way you can get this guy. You know what I mean? Like you start to narrowing things down where the speculation isn't as fun because that takes the fun out of speculation when you know more. But you know what I mean? Like I'm never calling out some crazy shit. Like, you know what I called out when people asked me what I wanted for my Niners? I said somehow keep use check. I want Trent Williams and motherfucking Jason Verrett, Kerry Hyder. Those were my priorities. You know what I mean? Because I knew everybody else was about to go. And then like, so I got my use check thing. I was even saying franchise. I wanted a franchise tag use check, but then I found out how much use check gets paid. He gets paid like $5 million. And it's like the highest paid after him is like $2 million. So if you franchise tag him, you take the average 3, right? The top 3, he ain't getting shit. So he's like, he needed a deal. So when I was like, good. We got use check. Right?
Good.
A fullback even.
He deserves it.
A fucking fullback, dude.
Yo, what about Jacoby Brissett going to Miami on a 1-year deal?
Ooh, the grilled beef brisket. The meat slab.
I think it's a good thing that they brought in a high-end backup and didn't just let Tua get.
Where did he go real quick?
Miami.
Oh. Yeah, I'm glad they brought. If I'm a Miami fan, I'm glad they brought him in because I feel like you don't want Tua to get too comfortable. Tua, to me, didn't really earn that job last year. We touched on that earlier about Fitzmagic. Like, I think it's good that they brought in Brissett.
There's a correlation here.
Needs to be pushed. He's not that good, at least right now. But if he gets pushed, maybe he'll do better.
There's a correlation here. B-Flow, right? He was there in New England when they drafted this kid.
Right, so Brian Flores has the connections with that.
So, yeah, there's the correlation there. Bang, got him. A guy.
Yeah, you're right on that one, Bogart.
No, but it's dope because you bring over your guys. Let's bring him over. He's a friend of ours. It's like the mafia, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
Oh, yeah. Good guy. Good guy. Oh. Yep, man. It's like with Urban Meyer, Carlos Hyde, the thing with that, with the prior connections. And I know we talked about Culley earlier. Fun fact about him: he was actually the coach, college coach back at my university in the '80s. Like he was back. He's been in coaching like forever. So it's crazy. I think he's now an NFL head coach.
He's in the game, man. Real talk. I really props to him, bro. He's getting his opportunity to be a head coach for the first time, bro. Shout out to him, man. He really earned it. And it's fucked up that he is like the scapegoat for this scenario.
I know, yeah. He's having to pick up the BOB piece.
Yeah, man. But you know what, man? Good for him, bro.
You're right. I think he'll definitely be an upgrade over Billo. That's for sure. He'll help. Still a toughness there, I think.
Cesario. So here's my, now selfishly speaking, right? Here goes Bogart right here. So Cesario's over there, right? Is that his name? Nick Cesario, right? He was the same guy who was in the building with New England that drafted a fucking goddamn Jimmy G. So let's go ahead and somehow we'll throw in Jimmy G, Nick Bosa, all kind of shit. And Robbie always shits on me. He always says, "You say the same take all the time." Yes, because I mean it and I'm consistent. I'm taking all those guys and give me Deshaun Watson. We'll throw in hella more picks and all this shit. Let's go. Hey, patch in Easterby. Like, patch him in.
Should be coming in a second. I sent him the link, so I don't know where he's at.
Okay, VWV, where we going?
So to finish it up, mainly because I guess we're capping it. Oh, all right, keep it going. So something that scares me here: Tack McKinley going to fucking Cleveland on a 1-year, $4.25 million base value, up to $6 million.
And John Johnson signed there too.
That was the bigger one.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that's why I had to throw it in there because them
Yeah.
together. Oh,
They're making moves. Browns are making
Mike.
moves.
Continue, Mike.
What about Hunter Henry going to the fucking Patriots as well?
We talked about that. Fuck that.
Yeah, we had I saw a rumor come up on the Roto Shaw that says that Curtis Samuel is quote a target for the Washington football team.
It makes sense because look at the regime. Look at the regime there.
Yeah, Ron Rivera. Yeah,
Yeah,
another thing, they bring in one of his guys. Yep, and I think that'd be a great fit. That would be. We were already saying how potentially dangerous Washington could be. Curtis Samuel in their puzzle that'd be the number 2 receiver. It's been needed across from Scary Terry. That would be great.
Selfishly, real quick, as a dynasty owner of, or not owner, a rosterer, because I don't like that word. A dynasty rosterer of my man Antonio Banderas Gibson, the Desperado, bruh. I don't want Curtis Samuel to go there because that would take away from him. They would use Curtis Samuel sometimes out of the backfield. You know what I mean? But I like that rumor though because that's more than a rumor. That could be a thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would be okay with it. You know, especially like it would give another weapon for Fitzmagic. You know, Scary Terry wouldn't see as many double teams at that point. You know, Logan Thomas could still thrive. Like, yeah, as long as they don't, I wouldn't say don't need to bring in too much more, but they need to bring in, I feel like, one more weapon.
And shout out to the Admiral Robbie J. He's like Juju, bring us Juju to Washington. That would be crazy.
See ya, bro.
Get Juju on a 1 year.
I ain't trying to pay him all that money. Fucking
No,
get out
on a
of here.
1 year though.
I mean,
He's
either way, it doesn't matter because
get like
the Pittsburgh rotation of wide receivers doesn't matter at this point. I don't give a fuck who we have at wideout. No matter who's on the outside, the slant's always going to perform, and it's going to be a constant rotation. And I'm fine with that at this point. I've accepted it.
It actually is like, bro, you legit is. This is one thing it resonates with me the most. He was like, listen. He was like Deontay Johnson, bro. That's it.
That's who you need to take in fantasy. I said it before the season.
It's like last year, right? You're like Deontay Johnson, bro. That's it. Just end of story, right? This is what we do. Fuck Juju. Fuck bro. Like let everyone get Juju. He's like get Deontay Johnson. That was it. So anytime you say shit like this, I take heed to your word because it's your back.
That's it, dude. That's it. That's all you need to do. Every single year, all you need to do is take the Pittsburgh slot wide receiver. You're going to get points. That's who they target the most. They use the outside wide receivers to draw coverage, and they target the slant. And then what do? As soon as the outside wide receivers need to get paid, you didn't really perform, so we can't pay you all that. Go ahead and get out of here. They move the slot guys to the outside, and then the slant guys or the slot guys or the backups move into the slot. All of a sudden, guys like Ryan Switzer getting you fucking 15 points a game. I mean, it's the same. It's the same shit all the time.
Ryan Switzer.
It doesn't end, dude. That's just how it is.
Okay. All right, let's go. We'll go around the horn, and then we'll get into closing up the show. Right. So round the horn. Right. I want to know what do we want to see, or maybe not. Do we want to see like? Let's just go bold prediction, right? Because I'm gonna pop it off right here. Bold prediction. The Patriots are gonna trade. Like, mind you, this might not have to be a bold prediction. It could even just be something you want to happen in free agency or something just along those lines, right? Good?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. The Patriots trade Stephon Gilmore for OBJ.
That would be stupid in my opinion. I wouldn't want to do that.
Okay, you want all right. So here.
Nah, I would. I just
An organization.
they're the Browns. The Browns would be huge winners. If I'm a Browns fan, I'm like, yes, let's go. Like, give me Stephon Gilmore. Give me money. Screw Odell.
Does not OBJ. When you look at Nelson Aguilar and Kendrick Bourne, all these guys are the busted version of what OBJ is. So now you have OBJ and then you have depth behind him. You know what I mean? And you get rid of Stephon Gilmore and you just picked up a fucking Mills, right? Who's a hybrid corner safety, which they have all day over there. The McCourties are both hybrid corner safeties. The McCourty twins, right? Then you got motherfucking J.C. Jackson, who was one interception behind the league leader. Shout out to Xavier Howard. Am I right about that? It's either Xavier Howard or
I think Howard. I think it was Howard. Xavier Howard.
Anyway, J.C. Jackson, Loki was right behind him with 10, bro. You know what I mean? So they're willing to move. Now that you're paying a Mills, you're gonna move on from Stephon Gilmore. Because tell me I lied. This is what this motherfucker does. Belichick, bro, the evil emperor. He's like, and the fact that he's hurt right now. He's coming off of an injury. Stephon Gilmore. So he's like, all right, he's coming off the injury. I'm about to move him off name value. And what if you're the Browns? If you make this move, all you're doing is adding a Stephon Gilmore to your defense. Because everything they've done to get into the playoffs, they've done it without OBJ. So there's no difference. All they're doing is adding a Stephon Gilmore who's cheaper than OBJ and offloading OBJ to an organization that's been trying to get him for years. Okay, yeah. What y'all want?
Like I already said, I didn't like it from a Patriots perspective. I don't know, man. I feel like OBJ is he's overrated.
I agree.
Wasn't Cam Newton throwing the ball with him last year? Remember last year?
I don't remember.
But I don't see where that would be very fruitful. Like they're both injury prone. They're both going to be out for the year by week 8. It won't matter anyway.
Listen, even if it doesn't happen, first of all, if it happens, awesome, right? Because I'm saying it, right? If it doesn't happen, my version's better, right?
Speak it into existence, I guess.
Even
if you do, as I said, even if you do, I don't think it'll be very promising. It'll get a lot of clout, but not much production.
So, hey, you know what I want people to know? We're going to make sure this is known on this show, right? Spencer, right now, I want you to say it right now.
All right.
What you just said, and then tell me, because your version's better.
All right. Okay, I believe that if Odell goes to the Patriots and pairs up with Cam, it'll generate a lot of clout, but very little production. My version's better. There you go.
Yes. Hit you with that southern draw too, boy. My version's better.
Oh, yes, sir. We keep
OBJ is
down there in South Louisiana.
Yeah. Okay. Hustler, what you got for me?
I really want to see the Packers make a splash and get Galladay or Fuller. Like, you never go and get a really good second wide receiver. They've never done it ever. I really want to see them make a push for a Super Bowl. I'm not a Packers fan, but I want to see that offense like just dominate next year.
I like that. Okay, now we'll ping pong right back to Spencer. Spencer, what do you want to see happen right now? Like, you know what I'm saying, while we're in the midst of this whole thing.
For sure. Yeah, I'll try to think of one that would be good. Yeah, I think the to me, yeah, the best wide receiver still out there is Kenny Galladay, right? And I think a team that's on the cusp of being really good, great, potentially Super Bowl contending is the Indianapolis Colts. So something I'd really like to see happen because I mean,
I like that one.
they
And they got some bread.
but they got Taylor, a good run game, the good O-line, good defense, got wins, but they need weapons. And T.Y. Hilton is no longer a wide receiver. So what I would love to see happen, I mean, yeah, he's no longer a number one wide receiver. He's still a wide receiver. So what I would love to see happen would be Kenny Galladay go to the Colts. You give Wentz a legitimate number one receiver weapon. And then there's no excuses.
Hold on. Michael Pittman Jr., bro.
He's a number two. Like I feel like I don't think he's number one. Like Kenny G was. Yeah, and then those two together, and they still have Doyle and the tight end group that's decent. O-line and Taylor. At that point, the Colts.
They got everybody, bro. They want more people in their tight end group, bro.
Yeah, I mean they've got cap space, so that's something I'd really like to see, because I feel like the Jags did good by getting Marvin Jones. I feel like the Colts
still have money to spend too.
Exactly, and the Colts still have money too. I feel like the ultimate clapback by the Colts would be, let's go get the better Detroit wide receiver. Let's get Kenny Galladay.
BWB, what are we doing here?
So what I'm thinking is I kind of alluded to it earlier, but I would love to see the Steelers trade up and get Trey Lance. I would love it. I would fucking love it. I don't care if we have to give away the house at this point. Like, let's go. Let's fucking go all in. Let's figure it the fuck out. Let's
Big Ben Roethlisberger is like, he's going to be really upset and not want to like talk to the dude.
Bro, at this point, I don't give a fuck. Just get someone that can throw the ball. Get someone else behind him that can throw the fucking rock, dude. That's all I want.
That would be smart because, I mean, this is probably his last year. Then you
could
Lance could have his red shirt year, kind of like Mahomes did.
I would love Trey Lance to the Steelers, bro.
That would be sick.
As would I.
Be insane.
I would love it. We might win more than 8 games if he comes to the Steelers in a couple of years.
So we're talking all defense and run game, right? I mean, run game. I'm sorry. All defense and just rack up the points on the passing game, right? Because they have no run game to speak of because
none
offensive line, right? Yeah. So you get a Trey Young in there. I mean, Trey Young. Why do I always call him Trey Young?
Shoot for 3.
I don't think Trey Young's gonna fare out too well under center, but
Trey Lance.
Trey Lance.
Motherfucker, Trey Lance, right? He would be the leading rusher, bro. I swear to God.
Right, yeah,
that's fine. I don't give a fuck as long as we're moving the ball, dude. As long as we're moving the goddamn ball.
Wherever he goes is going to be a fantasy gold mine. Wherever he ends up,
it doesn't matter. Yeah,
he has the Mahomes-esque style of like arm throw angles and shit.
Yeah, that big arm. Just kind of like,
and at this point,
big arm.
At this point, it doesn't matter anyway. Like, because in my opinion, I always take the Steelers kicker too. I usually will take the Steelers kicker because I'm like, shit, if we get in the red zone, we're kicking hella field goals. So fuck it, I'm going to take their kicker. That's usually what I do too. So, I mean, it doesn't even matter at this point.
Crosby, though, I mean, what's his name? I'm sorry. Not Crosby. Hold on. Boswell, right? Boswell, bro, he had a 40-yard boot. So, like, I remember I used to look up the ratio, like, how many times they get in the red zone versus, like, getting into the 40.
Yeah.
Right? And, like, because his ratio, anything past that the 40 was bad. So they would always go for it on 4th. Like the Steelers were one of the teams ahead of the game on the analytics. You know what I'm talking about? Like the analytics, like, should we go for it on 4th? Should we go? You know what I mean? All that shit. Like the Ravens are big on it.
Who gives a fuck? We're not getting the first down anyway. Kick the field goal, try to move on. Like
for gambling purposes, I respect the research on kickers, but for fantasy football, fuck kickers. Just get them out of fantasy football altogether. But I got a question for Blake.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen if the Steelers draft a linebacker in the first round? Like from you, like what's your reaction gonna be?
I'm gonna be pissed, dude. I'm pissed every year at the draft. I'm pissed every year. I remember last year I was doing a live episode during the draft last year, My dad is a massive Steelers fan. I'm on the phone with my dad. I literally told him word for word. He's like, we're in the second round. What do you think we're going to do? I'm like, probably draft a fucking wide receiver, dude. That's what we usually do. We draft people we don't need. What do? We drafted Chase Claypool. Like, if we draft a linebacker, at least we're getting it's a position of value that we probably need long term. But at the end of the day, can we please draft someone that can throw the fucking ball? That's all I want. That's all I fucking want, dude. I have been asking for fucking years. Grab someone that can throw the rock. And they're like, I don't know, Mason Rudolph, though. It's like, no, not Mason Rudolph, not Duck Hodges, not Dwayne Haskins either. Like, figure the fuck out. Please grab someone that can throw the rock.
I be trying not to laugh at shit you say to not curse my team. Like, fuck, I got Jimmy and shit. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like,
dude, it's fucking frustrating. It's every fucking year, dude. It's every year, dude. It's every fucking year.
They love them.
It's fucking frustrating. I hate it.
Round of horn, rapid fire. The most impactful so far free agency acquisition.
Who
wants to set that one off?
It's a tough one. Most impactful free agency
so far.
Like someone
the Patriots.
I'll make mine quick. I'm just gonna say Ryan Fitzpatrick, bro, because bro, he's a winner, bro. Let's go. Oh, I love this guy, bro. He's a winner, bro. Let's take. He's gonna. You know how many fantasy enthusiasts are just rooting for him just because, right? Like,
are you asking from a fantasy standpoint though, or just like in general?
I'm saying in general. I'm saying though, but Ryan Fitzpatrick, his story, people love him because of fantasy, bro. I want to see him win in reality too now. You know what I mean? Like, I would root for him. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
You know what I'm saying though? Like, come on, he's an NFC champ. If he's an NFC, if I see if he was that amazing and gets to against my Niners, my favorite team in the NFC Championship, of course I'm gonna say, fuck Washington football team. But right now, bro, I love Ryan Fitzpatrick, bro, and everything he represents, bro. He's like bro. Anybody who fucks with any of my podcasts, I always say he has a big old magic bag of dust, bro. A big old bag of magic dust, bro. You know what I mean? Some might say, you know, what's the magic dust? Doesn't matter, bro. He got it, bro.
Right, yeah, the football team, shout out to Robbie J. I mean, they're doing big things. Like, you know, William Jackson, the cornerback they signed, you know, they could get Curtis Samuel. Like, I like what Washington's doing, man.
Woo!
With Dak back off, people are thinking, Dallas is going to take the East back. But I don't know. I think it's going to be a close battle. Actually, I'd say Washington's
my favorite's Washington, bro.
Yeah, because they have a lot better defense. And I mean, I know
Magic Man, bro.
Yeah, they got Fitzmagic now. Yeah. And Dallas still is stuck with goofy ass Mike McCarthy as head coach.
Bag of magic dust, bro.
Exactly. So I take Riverboat Ron any day over dumbass Fat McCarthy.
I just picture Mike McCarthy like breathing in the microphone to the quarterback. Like I don't know why I always picture that, but I just picture like a I don't know why that's what I always picture, but he's always got his mouth open on the sideline. I think that's what
he's a mouth breather.
Yeah, it always makes me think of that. Like he's like looking around. That's just what I think of.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Hey, he's a mouth breather. I just realized that. Like, he's sitting there right now, like,
always. The mask was hiding it, but yeah, he's always fucking.
Hey, this is the challenge for Mike McCarthy right now. You know, you got to win with Dak. You know what I'm saying? He barely could win with the goddamn Aaron Rodgers, bro. Like, the jury's out on Mike McCarthy. You know what I mean? Any other standout signings before we close this thing out?
Yeah,
Patriots tight ends.
Oh yeah, the Patriots tight ends. Okay. Elaborate.
It's gonna make a huge difference. We already know that's the way the Patriots have been living for the past at least 10 years through the tight end. So Cam, when he was with the Panthers, he loved throwing to Greg Olsen. He's the number one wide receiver. That's going to make their offense like night and day compared to last year.
I like it. I like his version.
I agree with that.
Yeah, but to me, the most impactful for me was this is one that like a lot of I think kind of slipped through the cracks because his O line, you know, in the trenches don't get a lot of love a lot of times. But Joe Thuney getting signed by the Chiefs, I think that was a cool move. They needed that. They needed that to shore up that O line. I mean, especially after they got exposed on Super Bowl Sunday. But now they got him locked up, 5-year deal. He was arguably the best free agent available out of anybody, you know, and he got his bag, and rightfully so. The Chiefs they had to do something like that, and they got the best O lineman on the market, and I think because of that was the biggest impact of the offseason. Because I feel like that cements the Chiefs as once again the AFC favorites. That was their one weakness, and they solved it. So like, yeah, that was huge. That was huge, getting him locked up.
I rock with that.
It's not a sexy take, really. Like it's not like a receiver or quarterback, but I mean, it is huge though. Like it's a thing a lot of people don't realize, but it's fucking huge. Like the Chiefs, like, all these great weapons, but guess what? None of that mattered when the trenches collapsed. It all collapsed around them. Mahomes fell, Kelsey Hill. It didn't matter. You know, you've got to be strong up front,
right? And don't let everybody or anybody tell you different.
Yep, won and lost in the trenches, baby. I mean, all the great
trenches.
Trenches.
BWB. Hold on, am I going in circles now?
I had no. So
okay,
I
good,
had
that's you.
Yeah, I'm the last one. So
cool. I'm on point.
I thought Jacoby Brissett was a massive signing. I know it's like it's one of those things that when you look at it, if Tua, you know, a lot of people think Tua is the future of the Dolphins, but in my opinion, if Tua doesn't fare out, Jacoby Brissett's a guy that can step in and win you fucking games, and that's the ultimate goal. I think Jacoby Brissett's a massive signing.
Listen, bro. There was an argument a couple last season about the Jacoby Brissett backup role to a Phillip Rivers.
He should be starting. I think he should have started over Rivers.
Yeah, like I mean, I would listen. Well, when they signed Rivers, they paid him to be a starter, and he got into the playoffs, so they weren't wrong in hindsight because winning is what it is, right?
It's debatable, but yeah.
No, I'm serious though. Like winning is what it is. So if they paid him, hey, you know what? How about if they had a 2020 approach with Jacoby Brissett, my man, the grilled beef brisket, aka the meat slab? Maybe they would have gone into the playoffs and maybe even went further. Who knows? But the fact that I paid Phillip Rivers is why that went about, right? The fact that he's there right now with Tua, and can anybody off the top of their head know the offensive coordinator right now? Is it Pep? No, it's not Pep Hamilton. Damn, I'm trying to think who the offensive coordinator is because either way, they have two of the same guys.
They have co-offensive coordinators. Co-offensive coordinators. Eric Studsville and George Godsey.
Okay. Damn, I need to read into more of these guys so I know their ideology. But at least I know from the outside looking in what they're doing right now is getting two guys that have the same attributes. Both these guys are mobile and both these guys can pass the ball, right? Obviously, Tua is a better passer and better. Tua is better on paper, but they got a guy that is accessible if they ever need be. And it's also you have the correlation with Brian Flores. I like it. You know what I mean? I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, well, Tua
not fucking with none of it in fantasy though, for real though. None of these motherfuckers. Not fucking with none of them in fantasy.
Right, it's just Tua. Like I could maybe fuck with Tua.
Yeah, Myles Gaskin though,
mobile,
for sure.
But Tua last year was not mobile at all, coming off hip surgery. And my question is Tua gonna get back to his old self, or is he just like I don't know? I mean, that was a serious hip injury he had. I'm concerned Tua might not ever be
Jackson, they would call it.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm concerned that Tua might just
a big blow.
Yeah, that's I'm not a Tua believer. Maybe
in front of everything, apparently.
I
The
mean,
big
maybe
bone
prove me
injury.
wrong, but I can't. I don't know. Like I know Drew Brees. A lot of people are doubting Drew Brees with medical, and like the Dolphins were a team they passed on Drew Brees because of medical, and then here we are, almost 20 years later, and then they take Tua, who's got worse medical situation than Brees. So we'll see.
I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. I like your version, especially the fact that it just thought of my new narrative, bro. How about this? That young Archie kid, Archie Manning. Archie Manning.
Arch Manning. Yeah, he goes to
Yeah.
school down here in
All right, let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
he
get
goes
him
to
to the Saints.
Newman High in New
5
Orleans.
years,
Yeah.
6 years? Maybe how many
Yeah,
years?
he's a class of 2023. He's
Okay.
only a sophomore in high school, so he won't be in the NFL for another 6 years, probably.
Okay, yeah, exactly right. I said 5 or 6. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's get him to the Saints. There it is.
Yeah, I say shit. I'll take Arch, man.
That's what I think it's gonna take without life after Drew Brees. Right now, not hating. I'm just saying, let's get Archie.
Yeah,
man.
so yeah, I mean that'll be a thing when he goes to the draft. It'll be a lot of teams #tank for Arch, like it was #tank for Trevor. There's gonna be a bunch of people tanking for Arch.
Yeah. All right, bro. Hey, my man, the hustler, bro. Let them know where they can find you, bro.
Go check me out everywhere on social media. It's at FF Hustler 420. On every podcast, it's Fantasy Football Hustler. And YouTube, Fantasy Football Hustler. Go check me out.
His channel is fucking dope as fuck, too, by the way, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Hey, thank you for chiming in, too, bro, and joining us, man. Spencer the Guru. Let him know.
Yes, sir. Yeah, y'all can find me at Spencer the Guru on all social media platforms, including YouTube. We're getting back on the podcast grind. Gonna have a brand new episode of the Guru Nation podcast out. Might have to hit you up about that, Bogard. We're gonna be recording that later this week.
Your people who call my people. I have no people, by the way. Just call me. Yeah.
So yeah. Yes, sir. But y'all check it out. #Guru Nation. We're over 6K, almost 7K strong now on Instagram. We're growing by the day.
Yes. Let's go.
And we're building it up, y'all. We're gonna have a lot more content on the way now that free agency is getting going. The draft. I've been watching film on these draft prospects and have some prospect breakdowns here soon. So y'all go check it out. It's consistent across all platforms. At Spencer the Guru. #Guru Nation. Gonna have some merch out soon as well. So y'all stay tuned for that.
Yes. BWB, man. This is a good one.
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome. It's a fantastic show.
Let them know, bro.
I mean, you can just find me anywhere by searching Blitz with Blake. Spencer, I want to throw a request out to you. You should hop on a show I'm going to do with J Love about film and scouting, because I was a Division I scout at one point, and I'd like to hear some of your takes.
Yes.
Yeah, man, I'll definitely be down, man. Yeah, actually, I cover high school sports for a living in so I'd love to join for that. That'd be awesome.
Let's do it.
Yes, this is awesome.
Hustler, I want to have you on a show. I got a show planned. I just want to get absolutely fucking wrecked and talk about football one night with Gemma and Bogart. So
yeah,
I want to do something like that on my
show.
show.
Hey,
let's do it.
A good time. I love that he threw my name in there too, because I'm just gonna be there for sure.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
Hell yeah!
His channel is also fucking awesome. Everyone in the chat, make sure to subscribe to the Bliss with Blake channel, bro. Because this joint is like space age pimping, bro. I'm just out of this world shit. Yes.
You just get fucking trash and talk about sports. That's all I do.
Yes.
Let's do it. All about it.
Oh, yeah. They scouting in the day and getting trashed at night, baby.
Used to be scouting. Now I sell cars because I had to do something else. But I had a good ass time scouting. It was fun. I saw some crazy ass people, but I got like a bunch of shit planned, but like after like hanging out with everyone tonight, I definitely want to do something with everyone here at some point.
Yeah, man. Count me in. It was a good show.
Yeah.
All about
Hey,
it.
everybody be sure to subscribe. And I'm gonna handle the housekeeping right here because you know what I'm saying I've been a little bit unprofessional at the gate, but everybody check us out on SportsMe. Download the SportsMe app. You know what I'm saying? Everybody check out monkeyknifefight.com. Use promo code RUMBOYS. Everybody subscribe to everybody round the horn, and everybody keep living. It only gets better. Hey.
Fucking take her sleazy, everyone. Oh shit! I gotta find the fucking video.
Can I roll some? Can I keep it lit? Can I smoke some? Can I be about it quick? Can I stack up? Can I say money talk? I don't flat guns. Can I play a low key? Mask up?